Okay, let's see, Sagittarius, what's going on in your world? And remember, this is for Sagittarius, a general reading, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. If for some reason these messages do not resonate with you, then watch your moon and rising signs. Like I've told about every sign I've done for this particular series, is I have a reader that I watch and have watched for years. And when I watched my October reading from her, none of it resonated. Maybe one line, maybe one sentence or phrase. And so I thought, that's unusual. So I watched my rising and moon sign. Well, the rising really connected more with my thoughts. So, it's just not every Sagittarius is born on the same day, even the same month, same minute, same hour. You have different rising and moon signs. So these are general messages, but hopefully they'll make sense to a lot of you. All right. Well, I haven't seen this guy, the Knight of Swords. Woo. All right. Feeling a lot of activity. He's a forceful character. And I say he, it can be a she, but, well, I'm feeling like testosterone plus. All right. So this is the Knight of Swords, and this usually represents an air sign, which would be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. It feels like there's news. He's wanting to bring news to you guys. Obviously, he's wanting to do something very quickly. He's an adventurer. He won't just sit still very long. He or she likes to shake, move, rattle, and roll. So these court cards are always interesting. Leave in the comments below who this Knight of Swords may be to you in your life. Because they're different to different people. They're court cards. So they're actual people. They represent actual people. Or someone that has the energy of this knight who moves swiftly, quickly. Sometimes to their detriment, though. Sometimes they move too swiftly, too quickly, and don't think through. And the swords are all about thinking. But the knight, man, he's on a roll here. The Empress card comes up next to him, and she's, of course, calm. And she has this essence of beauty and love and Venus-like energy, right? She's the archetypal mother. She gives birth. She gives birth of new ideas. She represents new ideas that come your way. So I'm trying to feel how these two work together at the second 2 weeks of October. It may just be two different people in your life. Leave the comments below. It may be that, this person's out of my life, so now I feel more relaxed. And if you're a woman, you feel more feminine, and maybe you're going to give birth, but of course you don't want him out of your life if you're going to give birth. But maybe he's off doing work, and you're at home and you're feeling good about who you are. So Sagittarius, leave some comments. There's some more about her. She's a very creative aspect for you towards the end of October. Creativity, writing, composing. Those of you who have gardens, herb gardens. Those of you who do research. Now again, book-wise, it doesn't match this, but I'm just going with what I'm getting. Those of you who are researchers or love to do any type of research on your favorite subject, Or maybe you do this for a living. Okay. All right, let's see what the first 2 weeks of November say. Wow, more. We have a little bit, and I feel like this is more feminine energy here, and then we have a lot of masculine energy here. So I feel like you're going to feel the yin and the yang of this particular mid-month to mid-month. You know what I'm saying? So the Temperance is this angel, and she's pouring one cup of water to another, and she has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the rock. So she's staying grounded. She's wanting to balance out her life. She's going to need balance with this type of energy. And these three are major arcana cards in the Emperor. So you have a lot of universal teachings or universal messages. This particular month, Sagittarius, this is really important time for you in different ways. She's saying just be patient. Patience. Patience is the key to life. The flow of life. Be in the flow of life. Not so much this way. If you've been hurrying, rushing, that kind of thing, we want you to slow down a little bit and know that, you know, taking 10 steps might equal to 10 not quality steps may equal to 1 or 2 beneficial, successful steps in any direction, if you know what I'm saying, towards your love life, towards your career, towards your everyday life of rushing around. Okay, and then this Emperor comes up, and he's an archetypal father figure. He represents the sign of Capricorn. So if you have any Capricorns in your life, he could be grounding you, Sagittarius. Of course, Capricorn is the sign right after you. So if you're born towards the end of, or how do I say this? Let's see. You go from November. Okay, so if you're born at the end of the Sagittarius month, this could be you as well. It can be this person can represent a spirit guide or someone who's passed over who you receive messages from, or at least they're a grandfather that's passed over, that they just have a lot of leadership and they give you important messages, and whether they're human or in spirit, boss, leader, priest, and you know, you're getting some of that magic, okay, of spiritualism. Let's see what it's interesting that I'm dividing these into two. Let's see what the transition card is. Well, the transition card is the 5 of Cups, and this guy's come up a couple times. So the 5 of Cups represents, to me, the stinking thinking card, and believe me, we all do it. He's looking at the 3 cups that are down on the ground and not the 2 full cups of love and meaning of life that are behind him. He's focusing on the Who Done Me Wrong song. So if you're not in the present moment, if you're feeling like, you know, sometimes you just go back to what happened in the past 10, 15, 20 years ago, even 5 years ago, and how it affected your life, whether it's a romantic relationship or someone that you really cared about, a friend that you loved. This comes up, and it could mean that these 3 major arcana cards are really the strength for you to draw from and to see life and to experience life and life lessons from. Okay, let me look into my crystal for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, October 15th through November 15th. Okay, well, this is interesting. In the crystal, I'm getting like what would be the same as the Hanged Man card. And of course, the Hanged Man that's not done by somebody else. He takes a time out to see how he or she can make a path that's 180 degrees difference from what they're doing. They need to contemplate, which is, you know, what some of this is. Let's see, anything. Okay, well, a lot of sort of silver baby blue color. Blue, this light blue reminds me of throat chakra and or your throat. So if you've had any coughs, colds, allergens, I know there's a lot of allergies in our area, and it's affecting your throat. And also it could be, and hopefully this is very few of you, any type of, you know, lymphoma, if I'm saying that correctly, cancer of the throat, something like that. then you know, of course, you've been seeking treatment in some way or another. And then it's interesting, I am seeing a birthday cake with one candle on it. So if you have any children that are 1 year old, coming up, there'll be a year old, children, grandchildren, that's a fun time. Yeah, and I'm seeing swing sets. So again, children for you guys, Sagittarius, every so often I get that. Anything else in the crystal? Just seeking peace and harmony. Just seeking, it's like the white dove. What does a white dove represent? Peace. Peace in your life. So the seeking of peace for some of you. And however that makes you happy. You know, some people are sitting outdoors. Some people's reading a great novel or even a book, a fiction book, but you just want to learn more about mysteries of life because Scorpio is going to provide that for us. All right, now I add up the cards and we have 1, 3 is 4, 5 is 9, and 14 is 9 and 14 is 23, and 23 and 9 is 32. Haven't gotten to 32. Okay, 3 and 2 is 5. And 5 in numerology represents freedom, not feeling restricted, being able to be adventurous. And I feel like that's part of what you're needing is just to, like, I'm hearing the word freedom rider. Yay, you know, if you have a horse, then that might be fun, is to take some horse rides if you're into that. Something adventurous. Maybe if you're near some type of amusement park, Disneyland, Disney World, Six Flags, whatever, it might be fun to go hang out there. All right. And the 5 in the Major Arcana is the Hierophant card. And this can mean several different things. It can mean a strict regimen, morals, dogma, social conservatism, conformity. But it can also mean learning, whether it's not really lessons, but a new traditional type of learning. So if you're into the metaphysics, if you're into your religion or spirituality, that could be something that I was saying a minute ago, talking about learning something new. The word comes from ancient Greece, by the way. So any of you guys the Hierophant comes from ancient Greece. Any of you guys have ties to Greece, or you're in Greece, you live in Greece, because I know I have viewers in Greece. This feels important, or you've wanted to visit Greece. You may want to do some research on that, okay?